Hello everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. There have been some major changes in COVID-19 rules and restrictions, both here and nationwide. It's important that we stay vigilant and safe during these crucial summer months. This week's episode will be talking about the major developments that just broke, as well as more arts and entertainment venues reopening. First, it's time for this week's trivia question, which will be answered during our history segment. This week's question is, which Peru, Massachusetts native was the first Massachusetts woman to be admitted to any district medical society? Now, for this week's local entertainment headlines. The CDC and the state of Massachusetts have updated their guidelines for wearing masks. People who have had the vaccine can now go in public without wearing masks. On Monday, May 17th, Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker changed the target date for ending Massachusetts restrictions from August 1st to May 29th. This is more than 2 months ahead of the scheduled reopening date. Masks will still need to be required in certain settings like transportation, schools, and healthcare facilities. In addition, people who have not had the vaccine will be advised to continue wearing masks. However, if you have had the vaccine but do not feel comfortable maskless, that is perfectly acceptable. People who have had the vaccine have the option of masks or no masks. Also, the state of emergency that has been in place since March 10, 2020 will be lifted on June 15th, which will allow for city government meetings to be held in person. New COVID-19 cases are down a remarkable 89% since January 8th, and hospitalizations are further down 88% since January 1st. By far one of the best decreased rates in the nation. Massachusetts is leading the nation in the vaccination efforts. And now that the FDA has given emergency use authorization for the Pfizer vaccine for children ages 12 to 15, CVS pharmacy locations are opening up appointments in the state. There will be 154 CVS stores in Massachusetts that will offer the vaccine, which is a 2-dose. In Berkshire County, there are 5 CVS locations. They are 107 West Street in Pittsfield, 480 Pittsfield Road in Lenox, 362 Main Street, Suite 2 in Great Barrington, inside the North Adams Big Y at 45 Veterans Memorial Drive, and inside the Lanesboro Target store at 655 Cheshire Road. Parent or legal guardian consent is required, and children must be accompanied by an adult before receiving the vaccine. Parents can make an online appointment at cvs.com. While many arts and entertainments will be reopening, one major event that is decidedly not going to happen will be the Pittsfield 4th of July event. For the second consecutive year, the parade will not be held. This marks the first time in the parade's 197-year history that it has been canceled for back-to-back years. Prior to last year, the only previous cancellations were in 1946, when the parade was changed more to honoring returning World War II veterans, and 1977 due to skyrocketing parade costs. Under current Massachusetts rules and regulations, parades can be held. However, parade officials were concerned about the amount of people that would be attending the parade. Normally, the parade could bring in as many as 50,000 people downtown, which is too many people under those regulations. However, the parade committee is still meeting to discuss alternative plans. One idea that has been brought up is asking Pittsfield residents to decorate their homes in festive flair, similar to what the city of New Orleans did after their traditional Mardi Gras parades were canceled this year. The result is shown here. Last year, PCTV held a Best of the Fourth compilation show, but parade officials have said that they don't want to do that again. Stay tuned to WWHEN for updates. In some breaking news, Regal Cinemas in Lanesboro reopened May 21st. This is the last theater in Berkshire County to reopen for business after the COVID-19 pandemic hit. Masks will initially be required, and showtimes will be scheduled to allow for cleaning purposes and streamlined. Also, tickets may be purchased either at the theater or online, and there will also be reduced capacity limits. A wide variety of movies are currently going to be playing at the theater, but in limited capacity, so visit their websites to see which movies are playing, as well as times and dates. Also, next week on WWHEN, I will be doing a much anticipated 2021 summer movie preview, which I missed in 2020 due to the pandemic and the shifting movie schedule. However, please note that all information could change depending on COVID rules, so stay tuned. Spring and summertime is a perfect opportunity to go to a farmer's market. Many different ones in Berkshire County are beginning or have begun their seasons. As a reminder, per the May 29th executive order, masks are no longer mandatory, but they are suggested, as there will be many different people and fresh food throughout the venue. In our farmers market preview, we will be discussing those beginning from northern Berkshire County through central Berkshire County and ending in southern Berkshire County. First, the North Adams Farmers Market will begin in-person business starting on June 5th and will run every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. through October 1st. It will be held at the St. Anthony's parking lot located at the intersection of St. Anthony's Drive and Marshall Street / Holden Street. In Williamstown, the farmers market is currently open every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. until October 16th. It will be held at the parking lot outside of the base of Spring Street. Please note that you must call ahead to purchase. In Hancock, the farmers market will be taking place at 3210 Hancock Road, Route 43. It will run every Saturday and Sunday beginning on June 6th and running through October 10th. Hours will be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. In Lanesboro, the ever-popular Berkshire Farmers Market is ongoing. If you may recall, I filmed on location there last year. And later this summer on WWHEN, you can expect some more on filming location, either here or at another farmers market. Berkshire Farmers Market runs Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. It will run until November 10th. In Lenox, their farmers market is located at 21 Housatonic Street on Fridays from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. You must call ahead to reserve your orders. The Pittsfield Farmers Market is unique in the case that it is the area's first and only teen-run farmers market. It is also by far the biggest in Berkshire County. It is located at the Common on 101st Street and opens Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. In West Stockbridge, their farmers market is located at the Foundry Green on Harris Street. It is open Thursdays from 3 to 6 p.m. starting on May 29th and runs through October 7th. In Great Barrington, their farmers market is located on 18 Church Street and is open Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. until November. Our final farmers market is Lee. It will be held at 26 Park Place every Saturday, beginning on May 29th and running until October 9th. Hours are scheduled to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please note that all farmers market hours are scheduled to change depending on COVID-19 rules and regulations, so stay tuned to WWHEN for updates. The Clark Art Museum in Williamstown, as shown here, is installing a new art exhibit, focusing on a husband and wife team who were very underappreciated in the art world. Francois Xavier and Claude Lalande, a French couple, created surreal, highly sought-after sculptures called Lalandes. In the artist's words, these reflected, quote, their belief that human, animal, and vegetal worlds share a found kinship, end quote. They are playful, quirky, and unique, just like the couple was. However, for many years, they did not exhibit in American museums. This was due to a high rise in the cost of maintaining artwork throughout the 60s. That is changing. The Clark Art Museum is currently displaying 40 Lalandes with the help of private collectors. This marks the first time in over 40 years that an American museum has an exhibit dedicated to the Lalandes. They were actually supposed to debut last year, but due to the pandemic, the Lalandes were forced to wait for over a year. Claude and Francois Xavier Lalande, Nature Transformed, will be on display until October 31st. As of now, advanced time tickets are still required, and masks are not mandatory but are recommended. Admission costs $20 for everyone except members of the museum, children 18 and younger, and students with a valid ID, all of whom can get in for free. Visit clarkart.edu or call 413-458-2303 for more information. With COVID-19 restrictions lessening throughout the state, many arts and entertainment places are adding in new shows and events to the ones that I previously discussed on WWHEN. As an example, Barrington Stage Company has added several new concerts to their already busy schedule. First, Tony and Grammy-nominated performer Elizabeth Stanley will be performing both Broadway hits and original songs on Monday, June 28th at 8 p.m. Next, Broadway couple Andy Carl and Orleaf, married for 10 years, will be performing on July 23rd at 8 p.m. Theater legend Jeff McCarthy, who has performed at Barrington Stage Company in shows such as Man of La Mancha, will be performing songs from the many shows he has participated in on July 24th. The last concert will be that of Joshua Henry, a Tony-nominated performer who will be combining Broadway music with the sounds of Motown Detroit on August 16th. All of these concerts will take place at the Barrington Stage Company Production Center, located at 34 Laurel Street in Pittsfield, just off of Plastics Ave. All showtimes are at 8 p.m. Tickets are currently available at the Barrington Stage Company website at barringtonstageco.org. Currently, masks must be worn at all times. Vaccine is not required to see the performances, but Barrington Stage Company officials are encouraging it. There will be no intermission and no food sales. Programs will be electronic as well. Another company adding shows to a busy schedule is the Berkshire Theater Group. They too have added concerts to their summer season, and all of these will be taking place at the Unicorn Theater in Stockbridge. The first concert is from singer-songwriter Susan Erner, who will be performing on July 30th. She has covered multiple genres in her career, including gospel, country, folk rock, and chamber music. Since making her major label debut, she has produced several albums, each of which focuses on a different genre. The second concert will feature Michael Fabrizio on July 31st. Fabrizio is a Nashville-based recording artist, actor, and singer-songwriter who is originally from the town of Richmond, Massachusetts. He has spent the last 15 years writing and recording country and electric music. This marks his first return to the Berkshire County since 2009. The third artist playing will be Mike Wartella on August 6th. He is also a Berkshire County native and will be making his Berkshire Theater Group debut, hosting a night of folk rock, original music, and Broadway favorites. His music combines the three different styles and makes them his own. He will also be performing songs from his latest album, Polarity. All three of these concerts will be taking place at the Unicorn Theater in Stockbridge. Tickets for all of these concerts cost $30 and are available at www.berkshiretheatergroup.org. Tickets are also available at both the Pittsfield and Stockbridge locations. Currently, Berkshire Theater Group is requiring masks at all times, although this could change with the recent updates on Massachusetts rules and regulations. They have not made a decision yet. Stay tuned to WWHEN for updates. It's now time for this week's history portion of WWHEN. This week we'll be visiting one of the smallest towns in Berkshire County, Peru, Massachusetts, which has a population of just under 850 people. Originally known as Northern Berkshire Township No. 2, which also included all of Hinsdale, as I mentioned here previously on WWHEN, and part of the town of Middlefield, Peru was named as Partridge Field in 1771. That town of Partridgefield eventually split up into the three smaller towns of Hinsdale, Middlefield, and Peru. The name was officially changed to Peru in 1806 because, on the suggestion of the Reverend John Leland, quote, "It is like the Peru of South America, a mountain town." According to the United States Census Bureau, the town has a total area of 26 square miles. It lies on the eastern border of Berkshire County and is bordered by several smaller towns. Windsor to the north, Cummington to the northeast, Worthington to the east, Middlefield to the south, Washington to the southwest, and Hinsdale to the west. It also has the highest mean altitude in the state of Massachusetts. And along with Windsor, it is one of only 2 municipalities with a mean elevation above 2,000 feet. It also has the highest town center in Berkshire County. The only lake in Peru is the privately owned Garnet Lake, and it contains the Garnet Mountain Monument. This is a tribute to the 16 World War II soldiers who were killed in training when their plane crashed on Garnet Peak on August 15, 1942. It was one of the worst aviation disasters in World War II history. 16 members of the Air Force died in the crash on the way to Garnet Peak on the way to Providence, Rhode Island. The group of mostly paratroopers had been training in night jumping before leaving Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Today, this monument honors those who were killed. Peru also gives us the answer to this week's trivia question. As a reminder, this week's question was, which Peru, Massachusetts native was the first Massachusetts woman to be admitted to any district medical society? The answer is Seraph Frizzell. Frizzell was born in Peru in 1840 and was always interested in the medical field. Because of her gender and the era, however, she had to work twice as hard to get accepted into society. She graduated from the University of Michigan in 1875 at the age of 35, with degrees in medicine and surgery. The next year, she opened an office in Pittsfield, one of the first owned by women, and in 1885 became a member of the Hampden County Medical Society. This made her the first woman in Western Massachusetts to be admitted to any district medical society, as well as one of the first to open up her own practice. Seraph Frizzell is one of the most important women in the medical field who has made an influence on others. That ends this week's episode of Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. If you would like to watch this or any WWHEN episode again, you can visit PCTV, CTSB-TV, and NBCTC's websites, shown here. Also, if you would like to see the episodes in HD quality, make sure to check out my YouTube page at RT Wehry. Thank you.